Yeah, go ahead and start off. Like, just talk about where you're at, like where you're from, a little bit about yourself, and yeah, where you're looking these next few months to be at.
Yeah, so my name's Ananth Iyer. I am 18. I just turned 18, and I am a technically a freshman in college in gap year. I did play for Charlotte Soccer Academy, which is a big club in Charlotte. I played with their academy team for a year, and then prior to that, with the Charlotte Eagles summer team with the U23s, and I also played roughly 3 years in the UPSL with Mint Hill, which is team in Charlotte. So yeah, I've just been, kind of around the UPSL kind of side and ECNL landscape, I would say.
Sure.
And now I'm taking a gap year and I'm looking to cement my name in the USL. And specifically, I want to start in the USL Championship. Um, and by doing that, right now I'm coming back from a injury, minor setback, with patellar tendonitis. And when I come back, I'm planning on going on trials and actually moving away from home. So this is kind of my journey, and Chris is helping me out. Just stay accountable and help me get, technically sharp before I
For
return
sure.
back. So
For sure.
yeah.
Finish up, like give me one kind of the idea of, we talked about like, you're taking action to reach out for help, work with guys. You're working with me, trying to get some extra feedback, extra help from somebody. What would your take be on that for other guys that are doing it alone, or that, I know I was guilty of it and you've probably been guilty of it before, where it's like I'll just do it myself because you're so in tune with the mental side, the training side, the discipline side. So what's your take on that, of guys that are just limiting their expansion as a person, as a player, by not working with somebody in a different position?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. Um, I think a lot of like this is me too. A lot of people want to run away from honesty and accountability. So if you're looking to work with others, I think working with others is huge. I think working with Chris has been great. I've also worked, he's not the only guy I've worked with before, especially with my knee. I'm working with this other guy. In the past, I've worked with guys to get me back from injuries. I have mentors. I think the best thing you can do is surround yourself with people who have done things that you want to do. Get yourself in rooms where there's a higher standard. There's someone to keep you accountable. Because if you want to succeed in soccer, if you want to get to like the college level, if you want to play, let's say you want to play D1 or you want to go to specific school, um, you might be able to get there by yourself, right? I guarantee you, the majority of guys who are getting to where they want to go, they are trusting, keyword trusting, in a mentor to help them. Um, I think I think especially high school players specifically, a lot of the things that people are doing, especially high school soccer players, are not, they're both like, I'm not gonna cuss. They are BS.
Yeah.
BS. If you want structure, you have to find structure. If you don't know what that looks like, then go ask for help. I think Chris
Yeah.
is a great resource for that. It's why you know, I'm not like I already kind of knew what I was doing in terms of like the physical training and stuff. Um, compared to some other guys, maybe if you wanted to compare me, but I still reach out to Chris because you want someone who knows what you're doing. Chris went through a similar kind of very similar story where he didn't just start out with the gifts and talent. He didn't just start out at the top dominating everyone, right? He was at the same club team as me, so that resonated with me. Is saying, okay, this guy rose the ranks of a club team. Didn't really play academy, but it doesn't matter, because I could go on about the academy situation. Um,
Yeah.
but he overcame situations where people would not even play college soccer. Chris did, because I know this for a fact. Maybe if you like work with him, you don't know, like you might not know, but like in a lot of people in Chris's situation, in who are in my grade, they stopped playing soccer. A lot of them
Yeah.
did. Actually, all of them did in my grade. But he took that upon himself. He trained himself, and he became a captain of a Division One team. That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. Because I guarantee you, because I know guys in his same grade who are even projected to be much higher and on higher teams than him, who didn't have a fraction of what he had in his career. And it's not to diss those other
Appreciate
guys.
that.
It's not to diss those other guys, but coming from someone who's been in that system, I see that okay, this guy, like there was guys on even the same club system on a team higher that didn't have a fraction of his career, and it's a testament to his work ethic,
Thank you, man.
his approach to the game. It is, and it's honestly pretty inspiring. So that's the whole reason why I wanted to work with him, because he went through that a very unfavorable situation. He turned it into a very good one.
For sure.
So you want to surround yourself with guys like that. I think you should, and I think you should work with other people and find ways to improve your game. It's the big thing that's helped me is recording the reps. I'd never done this in the past. I never recorded myself. Chris tell me, don't be afraid to record your reps. So I went record the reps, and I can see how I could do better. I already see
Yeah.
changes in like 2 weeks, even though I've been training for years. And I send it to him, and then he responds very fast back. He's gonna critique it, and then make it better. So I think again, if especially with the online thing, if you want to work with someone online, one, it's much cheaper. I would recommend it over working with someone in person. I think Chris is a great guy to do it. He's been in that shoes of a high school player that really wasn't supposed to even make to the college level. Even for me, same situation. I wasn't from where I started. I wasn't supposed to even like play college soccer or even be thinking about this or making the push to go pro. But again, Chris was in that situation and he turned it around. So I don't see why he can't help other people do the same. So,
For sure. For sure.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, credit to you, man, because you've got a lot going your way and you're still, obsessing over it. And there's very few people, and the successful people all have that in common, And I think that's like why we are like-minded, because as much as I think I know, or as much as you think you're still craving something new, or like a chance to find out where you're wrong, and like the way you're training, the way you're thinking, all this stuff. And that's what actually gets you moving further along, which
yeah.
is awesome. Um, cool. Well, give me one more thing, like most specifically for someone, because I know there's a lot of confusion with like the remote training and like the mentorship side and like the value it holds. But talk about what you see. Again, it's only been a short time, but moving forward and so far, what's been the most important part for you, if you could pick one?
Ooh, yeah. Give me a sec. Make sure I'm saying something meaningful. Um, okay, I'd say the most important part, especially working with Chris, I think it's the structure of the program, to be honest. Um, One, I think the most important thing is identifying where you want to get better at. It is a very thorough job with the initial questions, and he pries further. So I kind of gave blanket answers at the beginning, and then he wants me to go in specific. I'll tell you guys, I wouldn't even have this goal written down every day of me starting in the USL Championship. I've internalized that goal. He made me go think about that.
Yeah.
He told me, go and make that specific goal. It's changed how I view things. So
Yeah.
just those things, like the initial questions. For me, it's the personalization. It's kind of diving deeper into what you need, asking those hard questions that make you think. Um, that's going to be the most important part of working with him, because I wouldn't have had this goal again
Yeah.
without him telling me to go and think about it. And now I thought about it, and holy crap, I have specific goals.
Yeah.
It's empowering. So, you know, I think that's the biggest piece. Um, and I also think that, you know, another huge part of working with someone like Chris is having like the accountability piece, because even though he's not there physically, he's checking on you see how you're doing, how you're progressing with the program. And just for that kind of accountability piece, I see myself like, if he's up to it, like even throughout the rest of, not just the short time that we're supposed to work together, but, maybe working longer
Yeah.
terms, and because I see that he's, I can just tell generally when someone's, has it, like has that commitment to something and they're trying to build something. So yeah, for me, it's like that accountability piece and those specific questions and the personalization. It's a
For sure.
no-brainer for me to work with him like going forward, like even far into the future. Like even if I'm already a pro, like when I'm already in that like environment, when I'm already there, I still work with Chris,
Yeah.
because it's just, it's been a great experience so far. I think it just keeps you accountable. So
Yeah. No, it means a lot, man. That means a lot. It's
yeah.
awesome.